What if I told you that the king of pop, the man who moonwalked into our hearts, spent his final years wearing a prosthetic nose, and that when he passed, his real nose was nothing but a hole? Stay with me, because this story is going to blow your mind. And before we dive in, if you love deep dives into pop culture's biggest mysteries, hit that subscribe button right now. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. This is the tragic, bizarre, and utterly fascinating story of what really happened to Michael Jackson's nose. It all started with a simple accident. Back in 1979, during a dance rehearsal, Michael Jackson fell and broke his nose. But here's where it gets interesting. His bodyguard later revealed that Michael actually saw this as the perfect opportunity. You see, Michael had been teased mercilessly about his nose his entire life. His own father, Joe Jackson, cruelly called him Big Nose. So when that broken nose landed him in surgery, Michael decided to fix more than just the injury. He wanted a smaller nose. And he loved the result. That slimmed-down nose debuted on the cover of Off the Wall, and Michael was thrilled. But that first surgery opened a door that would never fully close. What followed over the next 2 decades was a surgical odyssey that doctors now call a cautionary tale. By most accounts, Michael underwent at least 6 major nose surgeries, some say many more. A second nose job in 1980, another in 1984, a fourth in 1986, and then more to fine-tune the tip. Each procedure shaved away more of the delicate cartilage and skin. But here's what Michael never told the public. German surgeon Dr. Werner Mang, who was called in to repair the damage in the late 1990s, revealed that Jackson's face had been destroyed by the back-to-back procedures. Combined with cortisone injections and the skin condition vitiligo, the skin on his face had become parchment thin. Mang had to take cartilage from Michael's own ear and transplant it into his nose just to keep it from collapsing entirely. And even that wasn't enough. By the early 2000s, Michael's nose had reached what medical experts call an end-stage nose, a nasal cripple, a crucified nose, beyond the point of no return. One surgeon explained that the tissue had simply broken down after too many supports and implants were put in. In 2002, shocking courtroom photos showed Michael's nose literally flaking and disintegrating. Another surgeon described it as a nasal tip disaster. This is where the story takes its most haunting turn. Michael Jackson's former housekeeper revealed that in his closet at Neverland, the king of pop kept a jar of fake noses and stage glue. He wore prosthetics to hide what had become of his face. Music video director Rudy Dolezal alleged that during the Dangerous tour, Michael refused to appear on camera on non-performing days because, and I quote, "On those days, he doesn't have a nose." And then came the moment that shattered everything. When Michael Jackson's body lay in the Los Angeles morgue after his death in 2009, witnesses saw something no fan ever expected. His prosthetic nose was missing. In its place was a small, dark hole surrounded by bits of exposed cartilage. The nose that had been rebuilt, reshaped, and reconstructed so many times was simply gone. The man who had once been the most recognizable face on the planet lay exposed under harsh morgue lights, his decades of painful transformation laid bare for the world to see. Here's what breaks my heart about this whole story. Michael once told an associate that the greatest joy I ever had was in knowing I had a choice about my face. He called himself a work in progress, but somewhere along the way, the pursuit of perfection became a prison. Each surgery was supposed to bring him closer to the image he wanted, but instead, it took him further from himself. His brother Tito put it simply, Michael was trying to make himself attractive to himself. In a way, it was sad. The tragedy of Michael Jackson's nose isn't just about plastic surgery gone wrong. It's about a little boy who was bullied by his own father. It's about a man who looked in the mirror and saw only his abuser's reflection. It's about the relentless pressure of fame and the desperate search for an identity that felt truly his own. So here's my question to you. What do you think drove Michael to go so far? Was it insecurity, body dysmorphia, or something deeper? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And if this story fascinated you as much as it fascinated me, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We've got so many more untold stories about the icons you love, the secrets, the scandals, the moments history forgot. Next up, the truth about what really happened to Elvis in his final days. You won't want to miss it. Subscribe now, and I'll see you in the next one.